well, this wasn't supposed to happen. But it did. And it's getting easier to say in some ways. I used to gag on my... But it's getting better. And my wife and daughter took me out to where I come from, which is a stone's throw from here. One little town called Barradine, over near Coonabarabran. And we lived on a sawmill called Woolly Bar. Woolly Bar was basically a sawmill, no town, it wasn't a town. It was just a sawmill with a bunch of shacks around it where we lived. And we went back there, and again, when I left, I thought it was a wasteland and a desert, and I was happy to get out of there. And when I went back, I just didn't want to leave. It was a beautiful place, Pilliga Scrub. And I found the old shack we used to live in, and they were still there. And there were still about 3 houses where people actually lived. There were tended gardens and dogs barking. One knocked on every door, and there was no one home in my hometown. They'd all gone out for the day. I missed them. I should have called. So I went back with my brother about a month later and actually called. I called the old sawmill owner, Tom Underwood, and he was there. And he sat around for about 3 hours talking about my old man and my mum. Because they weren't around very long, my mum and dad. So, and they weren't around long for us because they left us when I was 16 and my brother was 11. They left each other, but they kind of left us as well. So it was kind of a weird situation. So my brother came back here and he stayed in the country and I stayed in the city. But a family took me in, and he ended up being a country boy and I'm a city sleeper as such. And I thought I couldn't go back, but I went back and I think I could stay here. So who knows? But anyway, this song reminded me of that, so I'm going to play it. I don't know what key it's in. I'm trying to think. Last night on Tuesday night, Gillard was handing me his hanky every 5 minutes. I'd finish a song and he'd say, "Man, thanks man." And I'd ask him what was next, and he'd go, "I don't know, I'll look on the list and pick something for you." He said, "Yeah, so, do take the, okay, thanks." And it's a bit like that today. What key is it? E. Oh, I like E. E's the people's key. I'm not sure where the capo on is. It still the people's key? You're playing in C, actually, what we need. It kind of, it does confuse the thing, doesn't it? Up to the window. On the bass, the killer with the bling. The bling. It's so country, it's just not funny. Killer's country is Bill Chambers. Yeah, that's the only thing about the award. I love the awards, and they do recognise, I guess, when someone has a milestone or something, or they die, they say, "They were great." You know. These guys were great, they're all dead, they're fantastic. But, you know, people like Bill, and Bill's our Willie Nelson, for God's sake, come on. Celebrate them. I'm not talking about myself, I'm talking about, you know, there's plenty of them out there. Bill's the best, but there's plenty of others. And it just seems like they kind of tend to get forgotten until they die or turn 95 or whatever. Anyway. This is called track 40 and it's about going back home. You ready, boys? I don't know why, but I'll try. Yeah? Oh, 1, 2, oh, 1.
I never really left. Driving past the grounds we used to race on my way back. Walking home by your flattened tires, smelling of smoke, starting fires, knocking on doors, running till we're here. Never your own line, walking your own line, and I can barely recognize this place I never really left. And driving past the ground we used to race, I can see us now. Walking on bikes with flattened tires, smelling of smoke, starting fires, knocking on doors, running till we leave. And you and I know we'll never leave. We can put so many miles in between, but there's only one place your memories belong. You and I know we'll never leave. We can put so many miles in between, but there's only one place your memories belong. Track for you,
Thank you. You can talk with you, meet us for a sec.